Hello, everybody. You're going to have a cup of coffee with me as I share some ponderings that are on my heart today. So, we are so conditioned to be scared as fuck of our power. And we tend to think that our power is outside of us, that it's like this higher version, this other version of ourselves that we hope to one day expand into. But we continue to we continue to choose behaviors that limit us and anchor us to old identities that feel small, that feel afraid, that feel constricted. And so when we're meeting these next level versions of ourselves, when we're looking at those next level versions of ourselves, we're uncomfortable as fuck. We're super uncomfortable because expanding into that next level version of ourselves, expanding into holding and being and embodying and radiating more of our power, more of our magnificence, more of our brilliance, means being fully seen and met at that level, which for a lot of us that can feel very, very scary because we may have been conditioned from our childhoods that we might lose it, that we could build something for ourselves and then it all just crumble, and then like, what was the point? Or we're conditioned that we don't believe in our ability to create that for ourselves because it was never modeled to us. Or it require us to be so big, so visible, so seen that the government can see us. It requires, a big tax bill. It requires, it requires us to be visible. And so many of us don't want to be visible. So many of us hold this ancestral patterning to hide, to be small, because if we're small, we're safe. But that is just an illusion. That is just an illusion. And it's keeping us stuck. And so whenever you're coming up to this goal that you just can't seem to meet, you keep hitting it and then dropping down and hitting it and dropping down. You can't seem to stabilize yourself at this next level. I invite you to just put your hands on your heart and ask yourself, what part of me is not fully available for this? What part of me is not fully on board with this? And oftentimes it's just like that younger version of ourselves that wants to keep us in our comfort zone because that's what's been safe in the past. And so when you actually laser in and get to the root of what that is, what that story is, then you can have a conversation with her and remind her that she is safe and change the way that you look at the situation and begin to repattern yourself so that you can expand into this next state and hold yourself there. And this is why we get support, because when we hire a mentor or we're working with a coach, that mentor is going to hold us at that highest vision of ourselves until we can acclimate and anchor ourselves into that frequency. But if we, you can do it on your own, but if you're continuing to bloop in and out, you just can't seem to maintain that, this is why we need support to hold us in that. Otherwise, our humanness and our ego and our fears are just going to run rampant with us and continue to create this pattern and this cycle. So I just want to remind you that all of your expanded versions of yourselves is actually within you. We are able to shift timelines very, very easily and able to adjust our frequency and make energetic shifts very, very easily to completely change our reality very, very quickly. And so your power is not something that's outside of you that you have lost. It's always been within you. It's just there's these stories and illusions and ideas that have changed the way you look at yourself, the way that you view yourself so that you can't see your power. But it's always there. We just have to It's like cleaning the windows, because the light doesn't shine through the windows very cleanly and very clearly when we have all this gunk on it. But your power is always within you, that once you clean those windows and just like clear out those stories that say that you can't, that you're not good enough, that it's not safe or whatever, then your power can illuminate through you and you can allow that to expand through you. So yeah, that's just what's been on my mind today after a client session, that, all of those versions are readily available for you to tap into. And the longer that you can hold that frequency, the more anchored in it becomes. And it's nothing outside of you. And yeah, it's nothing outside of you. So I love you. And I hope that this message serves you well. And if you are feeling like you are needing support to help you expand into these next level versions of yourself, I invite you to send me a message and see if I can support you with what you're seeking to create in your reality. I am currently enrolling in soul frequency coaching. And if I'm not aligned with you, there are so many people that are ready and willing to help you and have the resources and the tools to support you. And honestly, like, it fast tracks our progress when we do hire support, when we do have a mentor to hold us through our human ego spirals. That way we don't let the self-doubt or the shame or the confusion lead us and spiral us out. Rather, we sit with it and be like, oh, I see you. You're an old friend of mine, but I'm not going to tango with you. I'm not going to let you completely take me off track. That is an old pattern of mine. That is what I do when I'm about to break through a glass ceiling. But we're not going to do that anymore. Rather, I witness you, I love you, and I recognize why that story is there, and get to the root of it, pull it out, unplug it, and choose something different. So on that note, I love you. Have a great day.